Now, from KNWA, Fox 24, and KXNW, this is the Lights of the Ozarks Parade, live from the Fayetteville Square.
Fayetteville Square, downtown Fayetteville. The fun is underway. We said 6:30 on the dot, and we're ready to make the Lights of the Ozark happen. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Doug Warner.
And I'm Sonia Hill.
And I'm Chief Meteorologist Dan Scoff, although I don't like being a meteorologist tonight because people are blaming me for the weather. My nose just won't
You're the
stop
messenger.
dripping.
Hey, you warned them.
I did. And, you know, there's a good crowd here. I got to be honest. A lot of people braving the elements. We'll be seeing the parade here shortly. So excited. Doug, you were mentioning how many floats are going to be here.
I took a tour down just a couple of blocks down toward the Graduate, if you know where that hotel is, where they're lining up. It's about, they're parked on both sides of the roads, about 2 blocks deep, 46 of them. Of course, number 46 will be everyone's favorite, Santa.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a lot of, I got Cub Scouts, we've got performances, you'll see twirlers going by, SWEPCO, wait till you see their gigantic truck. They're one of the big sponsors here. They're using up a lot of electricity tonight with their truck because they got one of their big bucket trucks all wrapped with 400 LED lights. It's a big one.
Absolutely. So this is a pretty cool event. Let's talk a little bit about the history. As you guys mentioned, this is the 31st annual. The very first one was back in 1994. And here's a fun fact. In 2009, they actually switched to LED lights in the parade.
I do remember that.
Pretty cool, huh? But there's some other changes happening this year as well, right, Dan?
There are. First of all, can you hear the caroling in the background? It might be just a little bit soft, but
right off to my right here.
Just right off to our right here. Maybe your left as you're looking at the camera. We've got the Symphony of Northwest Arkansas, the Sona Singers of Symphony of Northwest Arkansas, and the executive director, Ben Harris, coordinating this to kind of give us a little holiday cheer.
Absolutely.
But you're right, a little bit of a different parade route. People are kind of asking me, what's going on with the parade? Typically, when you drive around the square, you got to go counterclockwise.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to do that counterclockwise as a weatherman, as a meteorologist. This year, though, it's clockwise around the square. So what happens now is they come from the Graduate Hotel up the street, uphill, and going southbound on Southeast Avenue. Then they're going to make a right, and you can see the map on the screen. They're going to be making a right here on Mountain, passing right in front of us, Jam and Java, you got Tiny Tim's Pizza, and then making another right to go down Block Street. And you were speaking of 2009, you were saying they switched to LED lights. Believe it or not, our station used to be right there on the west side of the Fayetteville Square.
Well, there's another fun fact for you guys.
There you go.
And if it was still there, we would be broadcasting from inside, out the window, where it's like 71 degrees. But, I've got hot hands and both boots, so I'm rocking it. I'm actually feeling it. It's kicking in now.
Yeah, hot hands are game changing.
I've got them in my gloves in case y'all notice they're a little funky shaped when I put my hands up. But let's talk a little bit about these events that are happening with the Lights of the Ozarks celebration. You, Dan, actually played a big role in the first event, was it? The lighting?
Right. Yeah, the light night, as they called it. And you might be, if you're watching this, going, wait a minute, I thought the light and the parade happens at the same time. Typically it does, but this is the first year out of 31 years that they have separated it. And they did it for a multitude of reasons. We might be able to get into that later, but light night was the Friday before Thanksgiving. So therefore, we know that's a tradition. Friday before Thanksgiving, light night, and the parade. But this year, parade's a little bit later.
Yeah, it is a little bit later, but this isn't going to be the last event that is tied in with this. There's also an event happening called Fayetteville Festivus, and that is happening on December 13th from 5 to 10 p.m. Let me give you guys a little bit more information about this. There's so many different events even within this one event. There's going to be something called Movies on Mountain, Bounce on Block, a silent disco on center.
Oh, I love silent disco.
Yeah, that's perfect
disco.
for people that have absolutely no dance moves because you don't have to worry about dancing to the beat. You're always on beat.
Well, you can still,
Count me in.
I don't think you've ever done one before. Do you know how silent disco works?
No, honestly.
Okay.
I do.
Okay, tell him.
Many silent discos.
Tell him.
So here's what you do. You're wearing headphones.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the headphones
and
has
nobody
the music.
knows what you're dancing to.
No, they know. Everyone knows, Doug.
But here's the deal. There are different music that you can switch to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was
so
all
there's
the
like,
same.
We've been on a cruise, have done the silent disco, and you have a red and a green and a blue, and people will be chanting and screaming, and you take the headphones off, and you hear people singing, and then you hear people singing other songs. They're all dancing. So it's a fun time.
It's fun, and
It's a
there's
fun
going to be
time.
one happening here
All right.
in Fayetteville as part of this Fayetteville
that is
Festivus.
cool.
I know I might be going to that one. And then Eats on East, which is going to be festive treats and snacks to warm you up on East Avenue. Again, this is all happening December 13th from 5 to 10 p.m. So lots to do
Great
there, lots of
information, yeah.
family-friendly stuff, lots of good stuff.
Now, I know we told you the parade began at 6:30. I got the eagle eye on the corner down there, so the minute that it crests the hill and makes it officially into the square, I'll be able to let everybody know because I've got the angle on that. I will just add a couple of things. I went down the hill, just highlight a few of the wonderful folks that have signed up to be a part of this, because that's a big thing, not only to say, hey, I'm going to be in this, but then you construct something like your own float to be in it. And then some of
decorate
them
'em.
are walking. I ran into a couple of groups. There's a group called Atomic Falls. That one caught my eye. I thought, is this like Ghostbusters? But it was a blacked out station wagon. Look for this one. And it's pulling a trailer, and it's got this whole Mad Max theme.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's a unique thing. It's kind of, they do these camping out things where they kind of role play a little bit like Mad Max. But the cool thing is they had a Mad Max looking motorcycle with flames coming out of the muffler, and they were roasting marshmallows.
Okay.
Let's,
So the
let's
motorcycle
bring them
muffler,
over here.
yes.
They can,
Sonia's going to be warming up her hands behind that.
That was the next best thing to starting a fire in a barrel, because it was a little.
That's pretty cool.
Where is this float again? I might be paying them a visit.
Atomic Falls. I saw the Northwest Arkansas Corvette clubs down there.
Oh, they're always out here.
They were
yeah.
wonderful. They've been around since the 90s, they told me. They even gave me a chocolate thumbprint cookie while I was down there.
You didn't bring one for us?
Well, one. They gave me one, sorry.
Okay.
And it was tasty, and it was good. All right. I do see flashing lights because I am told the mayor, if I'm not mistaken, is on with riding the fire truck.
Yeah, he's going to be
Fayetteville's
on there.
finest.
And I will tell you this, too. We've got a bird's eye view from
We sure
First
do.
Employment. This is an amazing view. Thanks to them for allowing us to set up a camera so you're able to see exactly when this parade is coming southbound down.
Well, you got that master list. We might want to use that as a reference, I guess.
Yes, sir.
We got a spare set of hands.
So we've got Mayor Jordan with the Fayetteville Fire Department coming up first, and they're going to be rounding the corner here shortly. So
I'll
this
take the
is
ones that
so
we-
exciting. I'm going to give you this, and I'm going to open this clip up
Yeah.
because my hands are frozen.
Mine are too.
And
We're in trouble now.
And just look at the folks lined up to the barricades. I love that they have the barricades, safety first, of course. But you really do have a good crowd, 5, 6, 10 deep,
Yeah.
standing here watching these floats make their way by. Again, there's some of, looks like Fayetteville's finest leading the Fayetteville Fire Department.
And
with
by the
mayor.
way, everyone, the 2024 Grand Marshal is Willie Watts, who has been serving the city of Fayetteville for 28 years. Also, 2024 Fire Chief of the Year for the Arkansas Association of Fire Chiefs.
And there he is. You'll see him riding the convertible. He's out in the cold open as well.
How wild
Uh-oh.
is this? Look at this hook and ladder truck that's turning a corner that's
Oh,
as
no.
thin that's on a dime. So they're
Now,
able to do it.
Is that
That's
one
some
of
good
those
driving.
ladder trucks
That's a
that
hook and
Kramer
ladder.
drove the rear end on one of the episodes of Seinfeld? Is
See
that
it
what
right
we're looking
there,
at here?
hook and ladder. Speaking of Seinfeld, the Festivus, as you've been talking
There is,
about.
look.
Can't help but
I think
think
that's
about
so
it.
If
funny.
you've never seen that, you have a driver in the front and you have one in the rear, and that's how they're able to navigate that close
Is that
curve.
how that works?
And there's the mayor on top of the Fayetteville hook and ladder truck right there. That's some pretty impressive driving, isn't it, to be turning that corner, like we said.
And there's our Grand Marshal just right behind the fire truck, but we've got somebody in hot pursuit there. I believe that's maybe that's Fayetteville Parks and Recreation.
It sure
with
is.
The inflatable Christmas tree that you see there, and Grinch.
And the Grinch. Oh, Grinch is also busy this
He's
season.
in a good mood, isn't
Yeah,
he?
I have to ask, guys, do y'all have y'all's Christmas trees up yet? Or am I slacking?
We have ours.
We've had ours
Yeah,
up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
We're
slacking.
totally
then.
decorated, but I still have some more outdoor decorations to do. Hey, thank you so much to the Sona Singers and the Symphony of Northwest
Y'all did
Arkansas.
fantastic.
We appreciate you guys.
Thank you
for the
guys so much
caroling,
for the show.
for warming us up, warming up the crowd, and just
here,
awesome.
And here comes probably one of the brightest floats.
Without a
400 LED lights on the SWEPCO Southwestern Electric Power Company entry. That thing looks
Go
fantastic.
figure. An electric company has a bunch of power.
By the way, guys, SWEPCO is this year's parade sponsor.
Very awesome.
No extension cords. I think that's internal power they've got there, so they're rocking it.
such a fun time. I'll tell you, this is really an amazing thing, and it's real unique to see it moving in the different direction. But
all righty, and up next, a very, very special float.
This one's unique. I think you're looking at a very, it's like our dash cam moment. You're looking from inside the windshield of one of our our KNWA vehicles making its way down the parade route. Hello.
Oh, look at that. You got a fan.
Guys.
Some SWEPCO folks, they recognize me from my electric bill.
Yeah.
They said, hey, that guy pays a lot to us every year.
Well, they should definitely be recognized of both of us, huh?
Yeah.
The heat, I cannot, I'm not looking forward to the heating bill this winter, if it continues
Definitely
to be this
not.
cold.
Good insulation.
So some of those parade floats coming through pretty quickly.
That's
Maybe
right.
a little bit of a lull here, but there's definitely going to be a steady stream of traffic. Again, we got that bird's eye view looking down Southeast Avenue.
And you know what? There really is no shortage of stuff to see out here. I mean, take a look at the beautiful Fayetteville Square. It is just stunning. How many lights do you think they have out here?
All right.
250,000 lights.
250,000
Yeah, and I
lights.
think it actually increased to 300,000. Like you said, LED lights.
Oh, look.
Speaking of lights.
It's another SWEPCO vehicle, SWEPCO vehicle number 2. So they had some walkers in between their big bucket truck and their secondary vehicle there.
Coming
Really
up, I
doing
think
it
we
up
can
big.
That's
recognize
us.
our next vehicle.
Uh-huh.
We've been riding in that several times.
We have been. A very familiar vehicle for us.
That is the KNWA vehicle. Of course, our sister stations, Fox 24 and
KXNW.
KXNW, and Casey Smith.
Hey, Casey.
Our weekend anchor he's the one waving and shaking
Casey
hands
was
and
off
kissing
tonight.
babies.
I thought you were off. I guess not. He's always
All right.
on.
All right, and right
All
now,
right.
Live look inside the vehicle just to let you know, and yeah, you can see the crowd. Pretty good
Look
crowd.
at this.
make
We
sure
got some
Josh knows to fill the tank back up in that thing when he's done. And this right behind, these twirlers are braving the cold, 6 to 16 years old. This is Dance by Elise. And the cool thing is, in front of their car, you see the youngsters, right? The preteens and the teenagers. Directly behind the car are the older girls they aspire to be. This is the University of Arkansas twirlers.
Oh, they know
out
what they're
here.
doing.
Yeah.
Oh, you can do that, right, Doug? Oh, yep.
I practice it in my backyard every day.
I think he put out a light in the studio if he did that.
I don't know. I think it'd be fun to watch.
Yeah. I love that. That's cool to light up the batons, too. Really, really neat.
I bet they're staying warm.
All right,
Yeah, moving around.
Lots of movement.
a little bit more of Razorback love coming around the corner here
Here
on
we
the square.
go.
This is the university. This is the Razorback,
The University of Arkansas.
the Razor Bug,
This is the Razor Bug.
the
I've
Razor
heard a
Bug,
lot about this
the
Razor
Volkswagen Bug.
The horn, by the way, on this will play the fight song.
Will it?
Yeah, so if he hits the horn,
Get him to
might be
honk.
able to hear.
Can we get him to honk?
hit
Honk that horn!
Honk the
Honk
horn!
the horn!
Honk,
Honk the horn!
Honk it. Okay, maybe it doesn't.
Oh, damn, that was false advertising.
Yeah.
We called them out. Sorry. Sorry about that, guys.
I thought it did.
Woo pig suey. My bad.
Maybe technical difficulties there.
But you know what? Still very cool.
Yeah.
I think I smell leather-bound books
Ooh.
making their way around the Fayetteville Square.
I think I smell that too. I think it's because the Fayetteville Public Library's vehicle is driving by.
I've got an overview look. Hope it's okay. Yeah, he's like, he goes, I hear
I'll
that
tell
a
you
lot.
what, the Fayetteville Public Library, pretty fantastic.
Oh, I
here.
drove past it for the
It's-
first time the other day.
You got to go in.
Oh,
I was going to say, did you
man.
stop and go in, or
No.
you just drove
Oh,
past it?
I drove. I saw
Looks
it.
great.
You know,
Keep
yeah.
up your good work.
Hey,
He's busy
But
working.
honestly, when you drive past it, you can see a lot through those windows.
Yeah.
It looks. I thought it was a museum.
It really is spectacular.
Yeah.
And they did a whole, huge,
Right.
basically expansion project.
So I thought it was
All
a
right.
museum, but speaking of museums, up next is the Arkansas Air and Military Museum.
Love this place.
Oh, look at this.
Such a fascinating place right next to Drake Field. So many interesting stories, too, coming from the Arkansas Air and Military Museum. Of Great place to take your kids. It's just fun to see.
And you guys, it's if you watch any, and I'm sure you do, Dan's Weathercast, you rely a lot on some of the information that comes out of Drakefield, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
It's one of your main weather sources of information.
I call it the freak of nature because it's a temperature sensor that can drop 20 degrees and climb 20 degrees. I wish it was climbing 20 degrees right now, but it's not.
And that's another place
You and I both.
I've driven by, haven't stopped at, but I've driven by Drake on the
These are
way
all
back.
places you got to see.
Got to stop and check in.
Oh, look at that.
One more vehicle here from the
Quite the
Arkansas Air
convoy.
Military Museum.
All right,
Up next, the Community Creative Center. Doug, are you much of an artist?
I can freehand a few things. I'm good at tracing. I got an A in tracing in junior high, and I'm really proud of that grade. My parents were too.
What about you, Dan?
How about you? Are you an artiste?
I used to be as a kid, yeah.
Well, I built my daughter's lemonade stand, and I drew some artwork on it, and that's probably my claim to fame.
But check this out. This is
Okay.
a
Other than that,
traveling.
maybe not the best artist.
It's a traveling art studio.
That's cool. Do they have a pottery wheel, I think it says? Wheel mobile. That's
Pottery.
cool.
Was that like in the movie Ghost, where Demi
Yes.
Moore was
Oh yeah,
molding, and then
Just like that,
then
Doug.
Unchained
Patrick
Melody,
Swayze
yeah.
kind of helped her kind of navigate that?
I like the Naked Gun version where the mud was flying around everywhere. All that
It's not
stuff.
ever going to be perfect. So
That's right. And we know these people right here. We got
Hey, guys.
Yeah, 5 News driving by. Let's
it's
take a
all
look
love.
here.
We meet in the back alley every once in a while, and we have
We duke it out. We always win. It's fine.
we
with pitchforks.
pitchforks
Yeah.
and chains, and we fight it out. We duke it out in the alley, but
We're not supposed
just
to
like
tell people
Anchorman,
about
no.
that.
but
you
we're
know?
good friends.
We're all in the business of saving lives, and we do it together.
Speaking of saving lives, Central EMS, thank you to all paramedics and all first responders who certainly get out in these conditions, parade or not. Some are out patrolling tonight, not able to just take this in, and it does mean
Yeah.
a lot that you guys keep us safe. And
Absolutely.
this is, I will say that is the number one thing since I've moved here. I've never lived in an area that felt as safe as it does. Heck, we do the news every night, and it's good to see that this area is protected and does so well.
Yeah.
Not a lot of meatheads running the streets around here, and I like that.
It's a great place to live. That's why I've been here for so long, Doug and Sonia. It's such an amazing place to raise a family, raise kids, and
I would
that's
absolutely agree.
How long have you been here now?
I've been here 18 years.
18
Yeah,
years. And you're
18.
originally from Wisconsin, so you're used to this cold.
I know the cold, but
Yeah.
it's been a while since I've been up there. So, but yeah, we got to dress for the cold, ready to do that.
Alrighty, we got some more. That's the Arkansas CW coming by.
All right.
And then up next.
These are the guys I've told you about.
Okay.
They're of let's say a different breed, but they are down home and they're ready for action. This is Atomic Falls, USA. This is the bunch. They do this. As they explained it to me, where they kind of do the little cosplay, make believe, kind of go camping.
I drove past this vehicle
You
earlier
drive
today.
past a lot of things.
I drive a lot. Look at
Look
these
at
guys.
this is straight out of Mad Max, folks.
Woo!
Oh, nice.
Oh, they should bring
And there
that
you
fire
go.
over here.
Roasting by the motorcycle muffler. You gotta love it.
You guys look awesome.
We'll take some of that fire.
Well, in Mad Max, fire and obviously the fuel was a hot commodity that they would,
Absolutely.
they'd go after each other for that stuff.
I'm about to go
I
after
hear
them
some
for a fire
carols
too.
over here coming.
I think
music.
the
That's
music's
cool.
getting louder and louder for a particular reason. If you've noticed, maybe you're hearing it over our mics. That is the School of Rock.
Fantastic group there.
nice.
Now, if the School of Rock and Atomic Falls got together on a weekend,
Now that would be a show,
that would be a
Doug.
party. They probably should invite him out one weekend.
And this is, I believe, Watkins Family Health and Counseling that we're
The
seeing
snowman
here.
on the back. That's
Yeah.
cool. Couple blow-ups. Whack a penguin. You see that right there? That's cute. As you mentioned, the School of Rock. Little fun fact for you. School of Rock's pretty awesome.
Yes, they
a
are.
lot of musicians that are super talented. There was one event where I got to sing with the School of Rock.
Oh, you did?
They played "Creep" by Radiohead, and I got up there on the stage and sang a little.
That's a good
Sang a
song.
little
There,
"Creep." It
there
was
has
fun.
not been a day that's gone by that Dan has not surprised us with some measure of talent. His singing, his dancing, performing.
You guys are amazing as well. Love to be working with you.
And there they are. Listen, take it in. Just listen for a second.
And look, they're playing the the music. Those are the instruments singing. So cool. Up next, I know this radio station very well. We are partners with them. We've been for several years. This is 90.9 KLRC, The Positive Difference, and you'll be able to hear your Weather Authority forecast right on KLRC. So amazing. Thank you so much.
And it's been very beneficial just having our radio partners to further the message, further get the word out, especially in severe weather. And
yeah.
And I've noticed in a hurry that this place is just as prone as many others when it comes to severe weather. I mean, tonight's just cold, but I'm talking about sometimes you want to have that extra, that second cousin where you can get the message out in a hurry.
Those TVs go
Theater
out too.
Squared.
Theater Squared. Have you ever been there? That's another place you got to check out.
I haven't. Is this? Tell us more about it, Dan.
Theater Squared is a very intimate place where you can catch plays, and it's very quaint, to say the least. It's meant to be where you're almost right up on the actors. And we watched A Christmas Carol there. We've seen several other plays. Dial M for Murder. It's such an awesome place to catch a show.
Community theater?
Yeah.
I love
Well, we were
theater.
Concerned about the alien invasion that was expected this week. We have found them on, I don't know if that's what our camera's on at the moment, but we have found them on the Fayetteville Square.
What you're seeing is a look from up above. And where's this shot from, Dan?
So this is from First Employment Company's balcony, and that is on the southeast side of the Fayetteville
Right
Square.
above Java Hill there, as the Hill School makes the turn there.
Great name.
We've got the Hill School here. If you're looking at that, this is quite a float. Look at that.
And these kids
Big
getting a little
frosty.
Wow,
getting a little
that's
TV
large
time.
Snowman.
They apparently
Are enrolling.
3-year-olds through the 4th grade there at the Hill School. All right, we got some sort of Barbie variation coming up here.
Brookstone Assisted Living.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb and maybe think it's just the workers from Brookstone Assisted Living, because I don't know how many 90-year-olds signed up to get out in this cold weather tonight.
Some of them are troopers, but we appreciate everyone that does the assisted living.
Taking care of our friends and family there at Brookstone Assisted Living.
Oh, we got a classic coming down the road. Check out this.
Oh, she's a beauty.
That's one of the Ford F-150, right? Back in the day.
You got it.
Because they are towing Cub Scouts Pack 854. Those kids are bundled. Hey, they're Cub Scouts. Man, this is what they're made for.
Oh, yeah.
They're made for making knots, falling down and getting their knees dirty.
And being prepared.
And being prepared.
And let's be honest, kids at that age, I'm convinced they don't feel temperature.
No.
Yeah, I don't think
they don't wear coats.
Right. I don't think that kicks in until you're like 17 or 18.
And then, it continues into the teen years because they wear hoodies when it's like 80 degrees outside.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling you, they don't feel temperature, these kids.
Look at the little dog. We probably weren't able to see, but a little dog in the stroller too.
Oh, I missed it. I love a dog, especially a little dog.
Maybe Michaela's camera got it.
Oh, here we go. Another dog there with a Village Truck Vision South.
And I would imagine it has something to do with these. These are sharp-looking vehicles they've entered in. A couple of Jeeps.
You can hear the crowd. You can hear the excitement. So fun.
Now we've got, that is the Fayetteville Phoenix Women's Rugby Club. You talk about people that can deal with punishment. This is probably nothing for those athletes to get out in this kind of weather condition.
And before that, we had the radio station KSIR, Kisser 93.7 FM.
Can't forget Kisser.
Really, if you love top 40 hits, they play a lot of Chapel Roan. So
you know I do.
Love that station. I wish we were HOTTOGO right now.
Yeah. I would love
there
to
he
be
goes again. You should be in Nashville. I think you've missed your calling to either perform or at least be like one of those writers that wants their script discovered.
He's still doing it. He still performs.
That's pretty cool rugby. I'll tell you, that is a tough sport.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, no pads, no helmets.
The women's rugby team won the gold medal in the Olympics this last year, and they won it on a last-second score. pretty incredible.
And the cool thing about
bronze medal, excuse me.
And the
not
cool
the
thing
gold.
about that is
It was a
to see
bronze.
that play out on an international stage, and that does a lot. You could say that worked for soccer so well
Right.
20 years ago. You see it play out and so much success on an international stage, and it feeds. And now we're catching up with the rest of the international world in the soccer.
And not just for, sports, but also when you see a women's team do well, it does so much for women's sports.
All right,
right,
I
we
think
got
that is-
Gingerbread is today's bank. Yeah.
I wonder
All
if
the
it's
kids
warm in that little
behind them
gingerbread
biking,
house.
staying warm.
It's probably a heater inside that
Look at
gingerbread
that
house, don't you
Christmas
think?
tree. Look at
think
that
so.
costume. I've
That
never
might
seen
melt
a
the frosting, though,
Christmas
Doug.
tree
You got to be careful
costume.
with that.
All right, I think
You got to help me, Dan. My
Round-
fingers. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
rounding the
Oh.
corner
You're
of
doing a great job.
the rounding
You
the
know, I do
corner
what I
are
can,
the folks
truly.
that gave me one of their thumbprint cookies, the NWA Corvette Club. They've been around, they told me, since the 90s. Their cars, probably the 80s.
And before them was the Fayetteville Wheelmen Cycling Club.
The bikes that were lit up. Yes.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Look at that ride.
My son loves a Corvette, by the way. He just that's his car. He loves that. Look at this. This is a pretty.
Look at the way they have
That's
these
a
lit
pretty
up as
fancy
well.
Corvette right there. The red.
I have
I love
two
those
just
gloves.
like
You
that.
see those gloves?
Gloves
that are
even.
sparkling, shining. Those are perfect.
And this one, obviously, it may not be the car, but it's obviously, sometimes on a NASCAR circuit, you have a pace car, and it
Yeah.
looks like this, at least this model of Corvette was once used. Well, that's an Indy 500, actually, pace car there. Got to meet that driver a little earlier tonight before the parade started. She was looking for the lineup, and she was already making laps out here.
I don't know if you've heard, but Michael Strahan is going to be driving the pace car this next Indy 500. That's what I heard. There's
How
a
does he
rumor
find
behind
time
that.
to do everything that he
How
does?
is he going to get his frame in the driver's seat?
I have no idea.
He is the busiest man in show business, I'll
really
tell you
is.
what. All right, up next, Boston Mountain Solid Waste District.
We are extremely thankful for all that they do. It says law enforcement, so I guess they're kind of as it says, an enforcement arm.
The environmental officer, yes.
And now, right after. Oh, did y'all hear that? We're on the naughty list.
Oh,
Now we're seeing Songbird Music School.
Songbird Music School.
Dan will be teaching a class there on Saturdays.
He could.
I think this truck should be in the Pink Pony Club. What do you think?
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Like they do.
It's a
They
club to
offer
be in.
private lessons, voice, piano, guitar. You could go teach a class.
I guess so.
You could sign up
And
for
Doug
that
and
one.
I will go take a class.
We will. I took piano lessons when I was a kid, and that lasted for about a week, maybe.
Did it? I
Yeah.
always wanted to learn how to play the guitar. One of these days, maybe.
You know what?
I get some
There's plenty of time.
Yeah.
Chicks dig the guitar, but you already got your lifelong one, so you're good. And it's worth just mentioning as you're watching us, if you're watching us on KNWA right now, in about, say, 90 seconds or so, we're going to send you the NBC coverage tonight, or primetime coverage, but you can continue watching on KXNW. Also, I believe, watch it on the app as well as social media. So in about a minute or so, even though we cut away here on KNWA, we are not done. Our coverage will continue on all of our other platforms, including KXNW.
Yeah, channel 34 if you have a digital antenna. So 34.1.
Or
Because
if you
we've
have,
still got quite a few floats to go.
Yeah.
or if you have Hulu, you just got to hit till you get down to the K's,
Just
but
go
you'll
to-
get there eventually, I promise.
Go to KXNW.
And they're moving pretty fast. We had Elisa Academy Fayetteville. Lots of presents and happy people on
And
that
so
float.
The float in front of Clean NWA, you already
Was
mentioned
Lisa
them.
Academy.
Lisa Academy. Yeah, I've done some STEAM nights there.
Steam nights, tell us about that.
Science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. So those are where you get to teach kids about the weather.
And I bet they love it. And here we've got Clean NWA. Disinfect, sanitize, deodorize.
I like it. They're giving
Look
a little,
at that.
like, we're showing you how it gets done when you're at work. This is how our trucks come by and take away your the stuff you're done with.
Just
Oh,
love
here
this
we go.
community. It's such amazing
Oh,
place.
up next, Handsome Holiday Heroes.
Right.
And they've got some jams on theirs.
We are getting close to ending our parade coverage on KNWA, but we're streaming it on knwa.com, also on Facebook and Facebook Live, also on my YouTube, Weather Dan and Mr. Weather Dan. So we're going to continue our parade coverage on KXNW right after in just a few seconds, but we'll send you back to KNWA and Fox 24 programming.
That's right. We'll see you on KXNW.
All right. As we continue our coverage on KXNW and, of course, on the KNWA app and Facebook, we've got more. I think we're maybe just a little beyond halfway home. Santa will be making the hill here in just a little bit. Looks like Bud Anderson cooling and heating.
And right before Bud Anderson was honed in sharpening. They're moving pretty fast now, ladies and
Now, I
gentlemen.
saw this bunch here
Trying to
earlier.
get warm, I imagine.
Understandable.
This is some sort of, is this the, there's a roller derby group I saw earlier.
Oh,
may
that
be
is so
That may be
cool.
Natural State Roller Derby.
Yeah, Natural State Roller Derby.
That would be one way to take this in. I bet it was difficult climbing that hill on those roller
Oh,
skates.
could you imagine?
Rollerblades coming up from the Graduate.
Going down Block Street's going to be a lot
They
easier.
better find the brake in a hurry.
And now we've got NWA Towing and Recovery.
And I'm told that as soon as this guy finishes, if you've illegally parked today, he'll be ready to haul your car away
So you
tonight.
better move those cars fast because
Show us some holiday grace. if
pretty
those cars
soon they'll be
get towed.
done.
Yeah, they're just doing their job. I get it.
Absolutely. Horn works.
They are all lit up there at NWA Towing and Recovery.
There's one of our vehicles that was towed right now. No, I'm just kidding.
And right behind them is Little Guys Movers. They've got big trucks though.
That's kind of fancy right there.
And listen to the name of this, Big Ads Truck. Big Ads Truck, that's what it's being displayed on. That's really fun.
Ooh, and that big truck just left a
Big
big
Ads
blow
truck.
wind by here.
Make sure
And
you
then
know.
we have Little Guys Movers.
Little Guys Movers.
Little guys in a big truck. And,
That's right.
well, you know what? We're seeing Santa. He's coming right around the corner. So we're getting close to the
they
end
are.
of the parade.
And behind Little Guys is Community Clinic.
And Santa is
Uh-oh.
right
We may have that
corner.
shot from the
We might have that
from the
bird's eye
balcony
view. Yeah,
perch.
from First Employment balcony, looking off in the distance.
And after
Before Santa, though, we had another float.
After Community Clinic is Executive Home Improvement.
Well,
And Steel Athletics, too. I'm seeing
check
that
out-
on one of the floats.
check out
as
this
well.
Steel
car.
Athletics Arkansas.
I don't know if you've got the name
Oh,
on.
look at
Check
this car.
this ride out right here.
Wow.
Somewhere under there, I think is a Honda.
And let's see, that is from, well, that is an amazing car right there.
I
That's
think
all
they're
decked out.
just, here to introduce the big
There he
man of
is.
the night.
Jolly old St. Nick himself. Here he is, Santa Claus, to close out the parade.
And from what I hear, Santa and Mrs. Claus will be here on the square tonight after this. I think I've heard something
You are
about
correct,
that. Yeah.
yes. He's got a workshop that's
I've
new this
heard.
year.
He
Yeah.
said my name. He knows me.
Hey, it's
From the
Santa.
naughty
Oh,
list,
nice.
I'm on
Sure.
probably the naughty list, but at least I'm on his radar. That's all that matters.
I was trying to ask if he's on the nice or naughty list.
I know, maybe we'll catch him
Yeah,
after the parade
maybe
and see
we'll
what
have
he's
to
got to
check
say
that out.
about Doug.
Good luck.
Well, that wraps it up.
Yeah, I think we're all done, aren't we?
We made it. We
yeah.
braved the cold. We're again having a time here. So it's such a fun night. Love this community. Amazing parade. Thanks to everybody for coming.
Yeah,
out.
and thank you all for tuning in to our coverage of the 31st annual Lights of the Ozarks Parade. Guys, I had a fantastic time.
And I can't say enough that we had quite the crowd. For it to be the first year that it's separate from the lighting events, these folks showed out. They came out tonight, even in the cold. It was great to see such a huge crowd out here on the Fayetteville Square. As we wrap our coverage up here on KXNW as well as on the KNWA app. Thank you so much for watching.
Thanks for watching the Lights of the Ozarks Parade, live from the Fayetteville Square.